What is going on, everybody? Drake Bill here with another video. Today, as you can see, it's still daytime. We're actually going to get the new car. Now, if you guys watched the TX2K videos, you guys heard me mention that potentially I might be trading my C5 Corvette for a Gen 150. The deal was, for me to make the trade or not, was if the car sells, if the Vette sells, but by the time I get back from Texas, it sells and I buy the Gen 1. Now, if it didn't sell, I'm just gonna trade it. It did, in fact, not sell. I had no serious buyers. People always hit me up like, is it still available? How much? Would you do this much? Oh, can I come check it out on Monday when you're back? And of course, I'm like, yeah, like come by and check it out. Nobody's serious about it. So right now, I actually just put a new battery in it, just dropped off at AutoZone the core charge. I'm gonna go get the guy who's buying or doing the trade. We'll get him an alignment on it, and then fresh little quick quack car wash kind of thing. This way he has two less things to worry about. He has a new battery and a fresh alignment, as well as the car's freshly washed, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So right now I'm on my way to the house to go grab the Vette. Mind you, I haven't driven this Vette in like 2 months. I've owned it now for 1 year. The main purpose of buying it was for the YouTube content, and I did that, but I've only put maybe 2,000 miles on it in my year of ownership. It just sits there and it's just kind of rotting away. I'd rather somebody else use it and enjoy it than it just sit there in my front yard pretty much. So let's go grab the Vette, go ahead to car wash the bitch, and then I'm gonna go get the alignment done. And then later tonight at like 7 o'clock, we're gonna go meet up with him and do the trade. Now, if you want to see a lot of this Gen 1, keep in mind, I am gonna do YouTube content with it, but I'm gonna do a lot on my Instagram as well. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram at DrakeBuilt. And also don't forget to cop your fire ass merch, DrakeBuiltPerformance.com. The link is in the description. Never that jibber jabber shit, man. Let's get the Vette. Well, here we are, just picked up the Vette. This is officially gonna be the last day with this car, and I'm low-key kind of sad because this is the favorite car I've ever owned. I mean, like, this is the best car I've ever owned. Like, I love this car to death, and it's super fun. It's got pep in its step, and it's a C5, and in my opinion, C5 is the best body style, just in my opinion, because I like the pop-up headlights. I like the smoother, more sleek body lines and stuff, but I just don't use the car. I thought I would use it more, and literally, I was touching it maybe once a month, if that. So the car literally just sat in my front yard, and it just never got used. And so I'm like, I might as well just fucking sell it or trade it for something, and that's exactly what we're doing. I had just gotten the interior detailed as well too, and ignore like the wheel kind of going back and forth. That's why the alignment, I'm getting it done, because it has toe out on both front wheels from the bags. So I'm gonna get this dialed in for the new guy, so this way he could just go home and play with it as much as he wants. Well, here she is and how she stands. I'm not gonna give it a crazy detail just because it is gonna rain tomorrow through the weekend. So I'm just gonna give it a quick rinse and wash, and I'm just let it air dry itself, just so there's no dirt on top of it. It'll look much cleaner than this. Like, there's even cat hair from cats walking all over it or whatever. But literally it's been sitting for 2 months outside. But let's get this wash started. Well, it's cleaned up much better than it was, but it doesn't look all too great. I'm not gonna lie. It's still kind of dirty, but it's about to rain, so it's not worth an actual wash. Now let's head over to the tire shop and get my alignment. And there she goes, up on the stretcher. I don't know what the hell they did with the alignment, but do you see the death wobble on this thing? It never did this before. I'm not sure what the hell happened, but like, you can kind of see, even the hood, you can see it shaky. I leave the hood cracked on the highway so it could cool better, but like, and it kind of turns to the right a little bit. I don't know what the fuck they did, which sucks because I wanted to get the alignment for the guy. This way, like, drove all nice and smooth and straight, no issues. And obviously that's not the case. Kind of sucks. And that shit was like $89. So I might have spent $89 for no reason. Currently in bumper to bumper traffic, which sucks because these Vettes, the C5s, if you don't know, the cooling on these C5s is horrible. Their design is shitty. Like, if you're not doing 70 miles an hour, your cooling is not all that efficient because it's all through the bottom of the car. And granted, I have that front lip with a huge center scoop to help it, but when you're not moving, you're not getting cooling. And as you can see, I'm at almost 220 for the coolant temp, which isn't overheating, but if it ever hits at 220 or above, it's about to spike. So wish us luck. Like, I always carry coolant with me in this car, coolant and water, just in case it decides to overheat and wants to spill out of the reservoir. Pull over, let it cool down, top it off, and then I'm good to go. But It's just a shitty C5 kind of thing. Well, we are here, fresh at 7 o'clock, about 2 minutes early. Aired out the vent, this way he sees it all nice and aired out. We got here without overheating, which is very nice, but the alignment does suck. Like, I don't know what happened, what went wrong, or what they did, because they usually do a really good job. I always take my cars. I've never had a bad issue with the car before, but this time around, but you know, I don't know. No hate on them. Like, I'm still gonna go back to them. They do great work. It's just maybe something is fucked up on the car, maybe a ball joint or something, but it just wasn't doing this before. It is cold as fuck and windy here, so I wanna sit in my car and chill out for a little bit until he gets here. Well, there's the Gen 1. I'm not sure if he wants to be on camera or not, so I'll ask him first. If you hear it sounds like a supercharger, it's because one of the pulleys is bad and needs to be replaced. It sounds like it's got a Whipple on it. I think it's so clean. Well, boys, the deal is done, and this is the last time they're going to see the C5 Corvette. I really am gonna miss this car because it's my favorite car I've ever owned. Like, super clean, super sleek. It's one of my favorite builds too, because I went pretty like quality with everything. Like, I wanted to look super clean and sleek. Definitely gonna do the same thing with this one, but RIP the Vet. Finish the heart for me. I'll love you and I'll miss you forever. Luckily you're local, so I can still see you on Instagram or whatever else and see you driving across the highway when I wave goodbye to you. And here we are. Can you guys hear the whine from the rear end? You might not be able to hear it, but it whines like it's a sequential gearbox. And I know it's dark, but we are in the Gen 1. Again, this is my second Gen 1. It's my 5th Mustang I've ever owned. Like, holy shit, I just can't get enough of these Mustangs, man. I'm probably gonna continue this video in the morning so you guys can actually see the car in the light. But for now, I'll probably stop the video here and then continue once it's bright. Here we are getting the first tank full in the new whip. God damn, what the hell? The little clips are broken. It's time to get a new one of these doinks. But bro, this thing fucking rips. Like, I don't know why. It's probably because of the built rear end, but this thing pulls, bro. I beat the homies 340i. Like, this shit pulls. I can't even put it in words because I've had a Gen 1 before, and this is my 5th Mustang I've ever owned. This is my second Gen 1 5.0. And dude, this thing pulls as if it's already modded and tuned, but it's not. I think in the diff there's 390s or whatever his gear ratio is that he said. I forget, but it was 39 something. 391, 393, I don't fucking know. But obviously it spins first gear like every stock Gen 1 5.0 would, but it lights up second and it lights up third hard. And then sometimes like pounding it in the 4th gear to like spin a little bit off the rip and then hook up. That's kind of a stick shift thing, but like, dude, this thing is fucking, I'm telling you. This thing's got some sauce cooking up and it don't even know what's coming yet. You're about to be a beast, I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna get this tank full right now, go home, shower, go to sleep, wake up, and then I'll continue the video. So let me close out for now, and then I'll catch y'all in the next clip during the daytime. Well, it is currently raining, but I figured I'll go give you guys a tour of the car front to back. And now remember, I did check out this car and test drive and everything a few weeks ago. I've already known about potentially trading for this car with the Vet. That's pretty much exactly what I did. I just wanted to think on it, like if it's sold, if I had somebody place a deposit on the Vet while I was in Texas for TX2K, then I was gonna sell the Vet and then probably buy this. But nobody was super serious about buying the Vet, so I ended up just doing a straight trade. Right now, I am going to go to like some kind of place to park and give you guys a tour. Also, see if you could hear the wheel hop just because it has a built spool rear end. Let's see. Probably not, just because it's raining, so it's gonna slip that wheel, that inner wheel, a little bit easier. It's almost like a welded diff. It doesn't have any slip to it whatsoever, so I have to drive with traction control off, otherwise it'll like trigger the traction, like the traction, whatever, it's gonna, the ABS. But man, I'm already like in love with this car. It drives so well and it pulls so fucking hard. With it having a different gear ratio in the diff, as well as having the built trans, I would assume the built trans is probably the same gears as like a stock trans, because it's a Ben Calimer stage 1. I would assume it's the same ratio as a stock MT82, but I'm not sure, and I forgot to ask, but I know it's 3.9 something in the diff, so it has a little bit more pep in its step, but you kind of sacrifice some of that top end, like higher mile an hour gearing, because now you have shorter gears. But I would love to test it with a stock Gen 1 and just see how it does. What I am going to be doing with this car is doing some draggy times with it the way it sits now, the way I have it, full interior, full weight, everything, compared to when I actually start building the car and seeing what it does. NA, heads, cams, built bottom end, high ram, and eventually doing like 150 shot of spray. So I want to see what we can do now versus what we could do in the future. Obviously I can't test right now, it's raining, but hopefully in like 2 or 3 days when the rain clears over, then we can do some of those pulls for you guys. But in here, it's completely stock, no carbon trim or nothing, just the regular brushed aluminum panels. It does have an MGW X-Spec race shifter, so it's super short, super tight. The lockout is pushed down over and up, as most of you guys know with these short shifters. I got some extra change in this bitch, so I'm making money off it already. The seats are in really good condition, except for that little pinhole, but the back seats are tits. There is a tear on the seat, which I'll show you right now. It currently has 123,000 miles on the dash, but that's fine because I'm gonna do a new motor setup anyway. Also, granted, this car is 12 years old, so that's pretty accurate as far as mileage would go. Now, before I turn it off, grab my key because I don't want it to lock itself on me. There's the tear in the driver's seat, but we're gonna do a Kirky anyway, or a Tillet carbon fiber seat. I don't know yet. Let me show you guys under the hood. It obviously has this weird cowl hood, but I'm gonna be replacing it with a stock style carbon fiber hood. Probably gonna repaint the bumper and do like a lower fascia on it. Now under the hood, it's practically dead stock. It has an N2MB watt box. It's got a JLT intake. It has a BBK 87 mil throttle body, I believe. Stock headers, stock cats, stock motor mounts. Nothing like no K-member, none of the aftermarket brakes, none of that stuff. Pretty much a dead stock platform. We obviously have the S550 wheels all around, 235s on the front and the back, so it just spins like a motherfucker. We have a carbon fiber deck lid, which I do like and I'll probably keep. We have the 1314 Euro taillights, an OEM 1314 rear bumper. It also has the GT500 S197 diffuser as well as the axle back. And now here in the trunk, nothing in the trunk. What I'm thinking of doing is stripping all of this like ugly paint coating, how it's all damaged and everything, and we're removing the carpet and everything, and I want to make it look nice, so I might do like a bed liner just to keep it clean. I'm gonna actually like super tin can this car, aluminum door cards, aluminum dash, all that stuff, just because tin can, fast car. And it does need a paint correction pretty bad. I can't really show you guys right now because it's wet, so it looks super glossy. But in another video when it's dry, I'll show you. And I'll try to do a little bit of little pulls for you guys, but it's raining, so it's just gonna spin its ass off. Now, one of the pulleys is also bad, so it sounds like a supercharger, but like I said, I have a bunch of pulleys here at my shop, so whichever one it is, I have it, and I'll just throw it on the car. And it being with a N2MB watt box, it has obviously wide open throttle shifting, as well as two-step. So if I need to take it to the track and use some launch control, I have it, and I do plan on doing some digs with it at like Arundel Speedway and stuff and doing some testing there. So look forward to that. It already got watt box. I've had watt box on my Gen 1 that I used to have, as well as my Gen 2 that I still have, but I don't have watt box in that anymore. What I love about it, even being 12 years old, that it still has Bluetooth, so I can still connect my phone and listen to music. And the speakers are pretty good. I think it's because it's a premium car. The speakers are really well, but I'm going to upgrade those as well because I want to do like a little 10-inch sub or something and some better speakers. So yeah, I'm still going to go full race car or whatever, but I still want to be able to listen to my music peacefully. It's going to be hard to hear the car because it is super quiet, and you're going to hear that supercharger sound from the pulley. Should probably turn on windshield wipers. The car, when it's dry outside, already spins third gear, so we'll see what we can do on the freeway. It's probably gonna be wet and just light up the tires, so I'm not gonna go all that crazy. And also the speedo is way off, so if I'm doing 60 on the speedo, I'm actually going like 51 miles an hour because I tracked my mile an hour via like GPS, and it's 10 off at like 60 miles an hour. So if I'm going like 85 on my gauge cluster, I'm probably going like 70. So if you see me going 80, it's not actually going 80, it's just it's not tuned for that gear ratio or programmed like that, so the gear ratio is like all out of whack. Because Because I was on the freeway following traffic and I'm doing on my gauge cluster like 95, and I was like, there's no way the freeway is cruising at 95 right now. What the fuck? We check it out on the GPS, and sure enough, I'm going like 75. And I was like, what the fuck? That ain't right. So we'll figure it out. The freeway is actually soaking wet, so I'm not gonna go on there. I'm gonna take it on the street so you guys can have some driving footage of it. Let's see if you guys can hear the tire chirping. Oh my God, almost stalled. I feel it. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera. This also has an upgraded clutch. So it's a bent caliper stage 1 trans, a spool built rear end, and a upgraded clutch as well as shifter. So pretty much a full drivetrain besides the drive shaft has been upgraded. But yeah, the clutch I'm still kind of getting used to. It bites like the smallest little portions all the way up top, and it grabs right away. So I got to get used to this car. Whereas the Vette's clutch was so linear, it would slip from the moment you release all the way up to the top, so you had plenty of time to kind of like slowly engage it. This one just like, and it goes. I'll get used to it, don't worry. It also has that whine for the diff. I doubt you guys can pick it up on camera, but let's see if you can hear it. Maybe not. But I hear it just fine. It also has all stock suspension, which we're gonna swap all of that out ASAP. Oh my God, those the tires all chirping. We'll try to give it a little tunnel exhaust right here. You're just gonna hear the fake supercharger. It just spins its ass off. Obviously it's raining, so it's wet, but even then when it's dry in second gear, there's no traction. Oh my God. Just spins forth too. It's raining, what do I expect on 235s? But it's a badass car and I love it. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is get rid of this tint because it's all yellow and orange, and throw in some new tint, and so I could be Secret Santa up in this bitch. I'm gonna close out the video here. I would like to do some more filming while it's dry and get you guys some good pulls and stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Stay tuned for this build. It's gonna go crazy. Don't forget to sub. Deuces.